Introduction. Make no mistake, Facebook Messenger has revolutionized how marketers can access and grow their audience on Facebook and websites that use many
How
of
to
Facebook's
qualify
extensions.
Facebook Messenger traffic.
Please understand that
Here are
Facebook
the
is not
do's
just
and
one
don'ts of
platform.
qualifying traffic
It is
so that
actually
people who
a
are
set of
engaging
related
with your
properties.
Facebook Messenger chatbot
It also
are
shares
the right
key
people.
parts of its functionality
Let me
with
clue you in
third-party
on a
websites.
powerful marketing
By
secret on
doing
Facebook.
so, Facebook
Volume
extends its reach
is
throughout the
worthless.
rest of the internet.
I know that sounds
In fact,
crazy to a lot of
The
people
Facebook
because a
ad
lot of
network
marketers
is second to
view big
Google's
traffic
ad
numbers
network
with
in terms
filtration
of
in
reach
mind.
and size.
They're thinking
If
that
you
as
want
long
to
as
drive
they
a
can
lot of
convert
free
1 in
traffic to your
100,
website,
this
you
means that
need
they
to
can
have a
pump
coherent
millions of people
Facebook
through a
strategy.
sales funnel and their
Now
income
that
will
Facebook
explode.
has launched Messenger
You
and
can't
allowed
have
it
that
to operate
volume
with
mindset
bots,
with Facebook Messenger
this has
chatbot
presented a
because you run the
tremendous
risk of
opportunity
seriously
for online
and
marketers as
irreparably
far as
damaging
traffic
your
generation
reputation.
and sales
Don't
recruitment
do it.
go.
Resist
In this training,
that temptation.
I'm going to teach you how
Here's what
Facebook
you need to
Messenger
do.
works, how you
Target
can
only
create bots that
niche
will work with
specific
Facebook
pages.
Messenger so you can
The
grow
name
your
of the game
audience,
in marketing brands
and
on
most
Facebook
importantly,
is to find
drive
niche-related
qualified traffic
pages.
to your website.
Since the
An
people that
FB
go to
Messenger
those
bot
pages
is a
are
piece of
already
software
interested
that
in the
uses
same niche
artificial
you're in.
intelligence to
The more
simulate
active
conversations
you are on
with
those
potential
pages'
and
comment
existing
section, the
customers.
more visible your brand
Using
becomes.
FB Messenger bot
As long as
enables
you're not
any
spamming those
business
pages,
to possibly
your comments
engage
make
some of the
great branding
1.3
opportunities.
billion FB
Your
Messenger
comments,
monthly users,
which are linked to your
by
Facebook page profile,
2018,
can
FB had
actually
300,000
pull traffic from
active
those
Messenger
pages.
bots.
This
This is
is a great
several
way of
times
qualifying
larger than the
traffic
previous
because
number,
you're only
and the number of
advertising
bots
on
is
pages that
expected
are
to multiply
specifically
further.
related to your niche.
What are you doing to
This
take
means
advantage
only
of this
people
great
who are
opportunity
actually
to automate
interested
your
in your
engagement
niche
with
would
your
see your
audience?
link to your
What is
Facebook page
Messenger
and end up on
and
your
how
page.
can it help your business?
Target only
A few
niche
years back,
specific
Facebook
groups.
announced that it was launching
Another
its
way to
new
pull
Facebook
traffic from
Messenger
Facebook
service.
is to hang out at groups
What was
that
really
discuss issues and
interesting
brands
about this
related to your
reboot
niche.
of what was an internal
Now,
messaging device
group marketing
is
is
the
a little
scalability
tricky
of the new
because you
Messenger.
can't advertise your
It can be
Facebook
automated.
page.
It can use
When you
script,
post in a
and
group,
most
it has to
importantly,
be your
it
personal
lends itself
account.
to bot technology.
Accordingly, you have to walk
Usually
on
when people
eggshells
use
and be
Messenger,
very
they would click
diplomatic.
on somebody's profile
The
on their
best way to pull
Messenger
traffic from
application
niche
and
specific
initiate
groups
a
is to
text,
actually share
voice,
your
or
Facebook
video
page
chat with
posts.
them.
This
In this
is why
respect,
niche
it's not much
specificity
different from
is
other
crucial.
third-party messaging
If
platforms
people in
like
the group
WhatsApp,
get the impression
Viber,
that you're simply
WeChat,
just
and
trying to
others,
spam in your page
what
really
really
has nothing to do with
distinguishes
the needs
Facebook
of the people
Messenger,
in the group,
let's face
you
it,
will get blocked.
is the fact
And
that it
before
is
you know
attached to
your
Facebook.
page might even get banned
Facebook
and
has
deleted.
billions of active users.
Still, when
It
you
is a
target
gateway
only
to
niche
tremendous
specific groups,
online visibility.
you're basically
If you
engaging with
want your
people who
business
have
to thrive,
self-segregated
you need to
themselves
look no
based
further
on
than
their
Facebook.
interests.
Whatever
Use
interest
your
your
page
business
to call
caters to,
visitors
no
to
matter how
action.
arcane,
Once somebody
obscure, or
finds their
little
way to
known,
your Facebook page,
there are sure to
you
be
have a
people on
tremendous
Facebook who are
opportunity.
interested in whatever
Don't
it is
blow
you are
it.
promoting.
Maybe they found
This
you
is
through
why
an ad.
Facebook is
Maybe they found you through a
non-negotiable when
post
it
you
comes to
shared in a
online
group.
marketing.
Or maybe they
Whether you're
found you
trying
through
to
a
generate
comment on
traffic to
another
the
page.
website of your local dental
Regardless
practice,
of how they find you,
or you provide a
them to
national
action.
service to people located
Now,
all over the
here's
United
the secret.
States,
You have to
Facebook
call them
can
to
help you
action
market
based
your
on their
business.
needs. You
Facebook
can't just
Messenger
say,
is an important
click on
part
this
of this
button to get a
marketing
hold of
mix
me.
because
Well,
it enables
any
you
random
to
bum
automate
can get
your
a hold of you,
engagement
and
with
that might
people
not be
trying
the
to
right
get more
customer for
information
you.
about your business.
You have to use
Facebook
emotional
Messenger
triggers
allows for
targeted to the
instant
needs of your
communication.
prospect.
When
For
people
example,
find your business's
if I
Facebook
sell
page,
agricultural
they can
support
get basic
services on my
information
Facebook
like your
page,
hours,
a
whether you're
good call to
currently open or
action may
closed,
be a pinned
maps
post
and
saying,
directions,
we
as
offer
well
a
as
wide
an
range of
overview
solutions
of
for
what you
small
offer to
organic
the general
farmers.
public.
If you're
But
looking
you
for
know,
higher
and I
yields
know
or you're
that for
looking
your
for local
business to
community
close the
sales
deal,
resources,
there has to
click
be
here to
some
chat
sort
with
of
us.
personal touch.
We have the right
The
resources
person
for you.
seeking your business's
See what I
service
did there?
and/or
I
merchandise would
specifically
want to
addressed
reach
their
out.
needs.
They may want to get
These
more
are people
information,
who are looking for
or they may
places to
have
sell.
certain questions that
These
your
are people
page
looking for
simply
tips to
cannot
improve their
anticipate.
organic farm's
Whatever
output.
FAQ you may
I'm
have
not
up
being
may come a
broad.
bit
I'm not
short
being
as
vague.
far as the wide range
And I'm
of
not
questions,
assuming that they know
queries,
how to
and
read my
concerns
mind.
people may have.
I'm not doing
This
any of that.
is where Facebook Messenger
Instead,
comes in.
I was very
Facebook
specific as
Messenger
to what
gives
they have
you
problems
stopgap
with.
and catch-all
This requires a
communications
high level
options.
of knowledge regarding
Unless
your
you have
typical
done
customer's
extensive
profile.
consumer intelligence.
What are their problems?
There's really no
What are
way
they
you can
struggling with?
anticipate all the needs
What
and concerns of
frustrates
your
them
customer
about their
base.
business?
That's just
And
not
your
going
call
to
to
happen.
action must speak to
You
those
need a
so as to
tremendous
pump
amount
as
of
much
resources,
qualified
time,
traffic
and
to your
energy
Facebook
to be able
Messenger
to pull that
chatbot
off.
as possible.
The good news is
Pump
you
as
don't
much
have
traffic to pages
Thanks
that
to
have your
Facebook
chatbot
Messenger,
link.
you can be accessible
If you
to
have
people
web
with a
pages
wide
up,
range of
pump
questions
as much
and then
relevant
message them
traffic
back.
to those pages.
Once you detect
Usually,
a certain
your
pattern in the
content
most
will
common
filter
questions
people,
people
and
ask,
then at the end,
you can
get people to
automate
click on your
Facebook
Facebook
Messenger so
Messenger
it can
link.
answer questions
The
based
chatbot
on
will
a
take care of the
decision
rest.
tree.
In a
In
later
this
video,
respect,
I
it's
will
not
tell
much
you the
different
many
from your
different
potential
forms this
customers
takes.
calling a call center.
But what's important
Now,
is
if
that
you own
you
a small
use your
business in
website
Middle
to draw
America,
eyeballs to
you
your
know that
chatbot
hiring a
link.
call center is not
Boost your brand's
exactly within your
visibility
budget.
and make it easy
But
for
the good
prospects
news
to
is
see
with
your
Facebook,
chatbot link.
you don't have to.
The more you engage
If you
with
set
people
up
on
your
social
Facebook
media
Messenger
and on
bot
many different
correctly,
messaging
it can
platforms,
anticipate,
the more people
or
can see
it
your
can filter
competence,
inquiries
credibility, and
people have
authority.
and break it down
In other
into
words,
finer
they
points,
get an
so
opportunity
your
to see
prospective
your brand
customers
in
can get the
action.
information they desire.
Remember,
If
when you are
anything,
actually
they can get
sharing
enough
useful
information to
information with
satisfy
people,
them until
your
you
brand
follow up
improves.
and give more
You
detailed
stand
and
out from the
specific
crowd.
information.
You're not just
The
another
bottom
person
line.
blasting out
By
generic
using
information
Facebook
that
Messenger
everybody
and
already
automating
knows.
it through Facebook Messenger
Instead,
bots,
you're
you
getting
enable
straight
your
to the
brand
heart of
to
their
distinguish
concerns
itself
and
from the
resolving
competition.
problems at the individual
Let's be
level.
honest here.
This
More and
means
more
you
American
must always
businesses
have
are
a way
moving
of pulling
online.
people to some kind
Having
of
a
page that
website
has your
and having a
chatbot
robust
link.
presence on social
This
media
is
platforms
very
like
important,
Facebook are no longer
because if you don't have some sort of
They are
payload or call to
absolutely
action in
necessary.
your overall messaging
In
strategy
fact, they
online,
can make or break your business.
you're not that visible.
This should not
People
come as
might
a
think
surprise
you're a genius.
because most Americans
They might
already
agree
have
that you're an
mobile
expert.
phones. When
But there's
people have
really no
mobile
way your
devices like
brand could
tablets and
benefit from it
phones,
because you're
the
not
moment
pulling
they
them
think
to your
about buying
Facebook
something,
page.
they quickly check
You're not
online
telling them to
resources.
check out your website.
The
You're
same
not
goes
doing
with
any of
finding
that.
a local source
You're
of
not
the
even
merchandise
drawing
or
attention to
service
your
that they are
profile.
interested in.
Whatever you
If your
do,
business is
draw
not part of
attention
that
to
mix
yourself in
and
such
is
a
not
way
visible
that
enough
somehow,
online,
some
you're
way,
going to lose customers.
an interested person will end
Now,
up on a
with
page
this
with
as
your
a
chatbot
background,
link.
when you set
That's
up
the
Facebook
payload.
Messenger to engage
That's
with your
the whole
prospect,
purpose of you getting
your
out
brand
there,
stands head
looking
and
at all
shoulders
these
from your
conversations
competitors.
and sharing
Your
your 2
competitors
cents.
might just
the
be
classic
unavailable,
sales funnel.
or people who would otherwise
Before
be
I
interested
talk about
in what your
Facebook
competitors
Messenger
have to
chatbots in
offer,
further
would
detail,
not do business
I
with them
want to
because they
recap
can't
how
get
the
the
classic
information
online
they need
sales
at
funnel works.
precisely the time they need
You
it.
have to remember how to
With
sell stuff
Facebook
online
Messenger
so you
automation,
can craft your
you
overall
can get this
Facebook Messenger
information to
chatbot
people
strategy
interested in your business.
according to these basic
If
rules.
anything, you can
If you
hold
blow
them
this,
with enough basic
then
info
even the most
until you can
sophisticated
follow up
Facebook
with more
Messenger
specific
chatbot is
information.
not going to help you.
This can mean the
All
difference
you end up
between
doing
getting a new
is
customer
wasting money.
or turning one away.
To sell anything,
This can
online
also
or
mean the
offline,
difference between
you have to
retaining
get
your
people to
current
trust
local
you.
customer base
When was the
or
last time
losing
you
them
bought
to your
something from a
competition.
complete and total stranger?
You don't want to get
I
left
would venture
behind.
to guess that the answer is
Facebook
never.
Messenger marketing
If that's
is the
your
next
answer,
big thing.
You're a completely
It's
normal
relatively
person
new,
because that's
and
how
that's why
most
it
normal
presents
people
a
think.
golden opportunity for
You're not going to buy
businesses,
thousands
whether
of
purely
dollars
local,
or even dozens
regional,
of dollars worth
or
of
purely
merchandise from
online
somebody you
to
don't know.
establish or expand
There has
their
to be
online
some
user
sort of
base.
trust there.
Here's a quick
Maybe
rundown,
your friend
just in
referred you.
case you're still unclear.
Or maybe you have read something
FB
online that
Messenger
got your
chatbots
confidence.
bring the following.
Whatever the case may
Users
be,
are
there has to
3.5
be
times
some sort
more
of
likely
trust.
to open Messenger
Otherwise,
updates and
you're not
commercial
going to pull
email.
the trigger.
Saves
If
time
that's how
on
you
customer
think,
service.
then you have a pretty good
Offers
understanding of how
customer service
pretty much
24/7.
everybody else thinks.
Walk prospects
This is why
through
the
an
sales funnel
automated
is broken
sales
down
funnel
into 3
can lead to
stages.
conversion.
It all leads
Less
to
customer
trust.
drop-off since ad
No
opens in
stage.
Messenger and filters
Have you ever
inquiries,
noticed
which
that
can
when you
lead
check
to
out
sales
Facebook
page.
or go to a lot of
Everything
other
is done on
websites
Messenger,
that certain
so you can
ads keep
convert your
showing up,
leads when they are hot.
you may be thinking to yourself,
Use FB
why
Messenger
is the
chatbot
company
to
behind that ad
re-engage
blowing
existing
all that
customers
money
or
to keep
prospects?
showing me the same
Like
ad
sending an email
over
to
and
someone
over?
who filled out a shopping
Well,
cart.
this is called the
More
rule of
direct.
8. Marketing
Inbound.
studies show that
Event
consumers would
specific.
only click on an ad
All these
or take
factors add
action
to
on an
increased
offer
value
once
and
they have seen it
qualification
at
of
least
prospects
8 times.
and increases the chances
They
of
have to be
conversion
exposed to it for them to feel that
All
they know
these
it
factors
enough.
also increase
This can
chances
take the
of
form
brand
of an
equity,
ad, a
building
graphic,
quiet.
an article,
A more
or
in-depth
even
look
a mention
at
in an
Facebook
article.
Messenger bots.
By that point,
Don't
they
let
reach
the
a
word
stage
bot
where
throw
they
you
feel
off.
that, okay,
I can
maybe
understand
this
why
brand is
people
worth
have all
knowing.
sorts of misgivings
So
regarding
they
this
start
word.
looking at the ad more closely.
After all, when
They
we
start
hear of
reading
this
the
word,
article with more
we
attention.
instantly think of unpleasant
After this
things.
stage, they
We
then
think about
subconsciously
spyware being
decide
sent
whether
by
they
zombie
like the
computers
brand
all
or
over
the
the
offer
world,
enough,
and people's
or they like the
computers being
solution being
hijacked by
offered.
malicious software.
The like stage.
We also think about
In the
hackers
like
installing
stage,
bot
you
software on
basically are
sensitive
thinking that
computers
a particular
to perpetuate
category of
crimes or
solutions
denial
offered
of
by an
service
ad is
attacks.
legit.
Also,
But you're
when
going
we
to
think
compare
about
it with other
bots,
solutions.
we think about
For
malicious
example,
and
if you're in the
seemingly
market for a new
autonomous
car,
pieces of code
your
that
need is
create
very
all sorts
basic.
of havoc.
You're trying to get from point
Finally,
A to point B.
People looking for a
But
date
there are
online
many different
very
car
familiar with
manufacturers
bots,
competing
and they
for
don't
your
have a very
business.
favorable view
You
of
make
them.
a decision by lining
Dating
them all
apps
up
like
and
Tinder
figuring
and
out their
Grindr are
advantages
often
and
susceptible
disadvantages.
to fake dating
At
profiles.
this stage, you
When
start
people try to
liking a
connect with
specific
seemingly
solution
attractive
after you
users,
compared it with others.
they get led on a wild
And
goose chase
usually,
thanks to
this
some
is
sort
due to
of
the fact that
automated
you've seen
script.
their ad several times.
After they've wasted quite a bit
That's
of
how
time
they distinguish
talking
themselves
to
from the
these
competition.
accounts, they
They don't
realize
run
that they're
away
actually
from the
talking to a
competition.
bot. The
Great
bot
ads
simply
usually
just
let you know
reacts
that
to
there's
whatever
competition
keywords
out
they
there,
type in
but
with
they
some
offer something
pre-canned
different.
script or dialogue.
You like their
The
specific
key
take.
is to get the other
Trust
person to
stage.
continue talking until
Once you
they've
have decided
softened
that
up
a
to
certain
want to
approach
click a
or a
link.
certain range of solutions
solutions is the way to go
an online
compared to
strip
others.
show or a
The
paid
next
dating
step
service.
is to trust the brand
In
that
other
got you
words,
there.
Dating bots
And
are
usually,
just simply
this happens
fancy
quite
schemes
naturally.
and spamming
It just
people.
clicks.
As you
This
can
is
well
actually
imagine,
the easiest part
given all these
because it's
descriptions,
almost automatic.
a lot of online
Once your
consumers don't
messaging
exactly
clears
have
the
a
know
very
and like
favorable
stage,
view of
the trust
automated
stage pretty much
communication
falls into
software,
place.
aka bots.
Your Facebook Messenger
But the good
chatbot
news
messages
is
must
that
comply
bots
with all
aren't all
3
bad.
stages.
Facebook
Otherwise,
Messenger
you're
bots
going to
are
lose
proof
the
of
sale.
this.
When the
Facebook
engagement
Messenger
with the
bots take
prospect is
advantage
at
of the
no
Facebook
stage,
Messenger
you
platform
have to restrict
automation
your Messenger
feature.
chatbot to set
Facebook
certain
made
pieces of
quite a
information
stir
that
when it
boost
announced that it
credibility.
has redesigned its
As
messenger
far as
service.
knowledgeability,
You can install it
competence,
separately,
and
or you
authority
can
go.
install it as part of your
On the
Facebook
like
app
stage,
on your mobile
the
device
kind of
or
messaging
computer.
you send must be
Whatever your
comparative in
installation
nature.
is,
In
Facebook
other words,
Messenger is
you
designed in
position
such
your
a way
brand
that it
according
can
to
be
its
automated.
strengths.
And then you
by
line
using
that up with the
scripts.
weakest
You can
points of the
program your
competition.
Facebook Messenger app
You
to
kind of
send
stack the
predetermined
comparisons
text
by
by
people
showing them in the
contacting
worst
you.
light
and showing your
It's like
strongest
calling
suit.
customer service
And then
number and
finally,
being asked
you get
to
to the
press
trust
different
stage.
buttons depending on
And
the
this is
nature of
usually
your
filled
inquiry.
in or assumed by
But
the
instead
prospect.
of voice prompts,
The bottom
you do
line,
this with keyword
you're
or
not going to buy
phrase
anything from
prompts.
people you don't trust.
For example, if you run an online shoe
Facebook
store
Messenger
and people
bot
are
can help
interested in
qualify
Nike Air
general
shoes
online
with
traffic
certain
from Facebook
attributes,
into deeper
they
and
can type
deeper
in the
levels of
brand
trust.
name and the model or
Set up
any other
properly.
identifying
Your
information,
Facebook Messenger
and then you can
chatbot
set up
turn an
Facebook
otherwise
Messenger bot
vaguely
to give
or
your
mildly
prospective
interested
customer
prospect
key
base
information
into
like
one that is
availability,
eager,
price,
ready,
and
and
variations
willing.
that may be
How
in
to
stock.
create your own
Facebook Messenger bot common features.
Facebook has opened
There
this
are many
messenger
different types of
architecture to
Facebook
developers.
Messenger bots currently
They
in
basically
existence.
laid out the
But
different
regardless
commands and
of their
different
seeming
structures that
differences,
messenger bot
they
developers
do have
could
common
use
features.
to interact with Facebook's
Purely
core
inbound.
messaging technology.
Messenger bots
Usually,
will only send
this
you
is
a
done through
message
an
if you
API
message
system.
them first.
If any of
If
this
somebody
sounds
goes to your
arcane
Facebook
you,
page
don't
and
feel
clicks
too
on the
bad.
messenger icon
It sounds like
because they're
Greek to most
interested in
people.
your online
This
catalog
is
or your
geek talk.
service
This is
description,
highly technical
they
stuff.
can click the messenger button
At this
and
stage,
leave a message.
you really have three options
In
when
other
it comes
words,
to creating your
they
own Facebook
initiate the
Messenger bot.
relationship. You
Option
don't
number
use your
one,
bot to message
hire
people who
someone
have
to
no
do it for
prior
you.
relationship with you.
When you hire
It's
somebody
all
to build you a
inbound,
Facebook
not
Messenger
outbound.
chatbot, you're hiring
Trigger
somebody
specific.
who is very familiar
Since
with
Facebook
Facebook's
Messenger
developer
bots are
notes,
inbound,
developer
they
specifications,
filter inquiries
and
based on
protocols for
certain
its
key
Facebook
phrases.
Messenger application.
In many cases,
This is a person who has
Facebook
spent time
page
figuring
operators
things out,
would give
or
a
who has
short
probably
menu of
come up
trigger
with several
words to
chatbots
potential
in the past.
customers engaging with
The
their
person
Facebook
definitely
Messenger
has
bot.
the experience to do
For
it quickly
example,
and
to
efficiently.
use the online shoe store
This is a
scenario,
great option to take.
I
if
can
you
put
have
on my
fancy
Facebook
features for your
page,
Facebook
contact us
Messenger
today.
chatbot.
Type
For example,
availability
If you
or
are looking
type
to
of shoe
automate
type
messenger
brand to
interaction
get more
after
information.
somebody clicks on an ad,
Basically,
you
I'm
probably
giving a
would
cheat
need
sheet to prospective
JSON
buyers on how to
integration.
use my Facebook
In
Messenger
other
bot.
words, when you click
When
on
they
an
type
ad
in that
and Messenger
information,
opens up,
they'd get information back.
would pull up some
If
of
they
your
type the
user
wrong
data
information and it
and then
doesn't
use
prompt
it
the
to
right
populate
feedback,
key parts of the
I can
chat
put a generic
interaction.
catch-all message
It's as
that
if
notifies
Facebook
them that I
Messenger
read all
chatbot got into your
engagements, and once
prospect's
regular
head.
business hours
Really
resume,
amazing stuff.
I will get in touch with them
After
through
seeing some
Facebook Messenger.
JSON implementation,
Facebook Messenger
the only thing I
is
could think about
rule-driven.
was, how did they
Another
do
great
that?
thing about Facebook
It's as
Messenger
if
bots
Facebook
is that you
chat
can
is
automate
reading
them
your
based on
prospect's mind.
rules.
As
So,
quick, powerful,
depending on
and
how the
creative
customer
as custom
responds to the
Facebook
information
Messenger
you send
chatbot
them,
development may
which
be,
in and of itself
it
is a response to
also
their initial
very
inquiry,
expensive.
you can create
Usually
a
the
decision
fancier
tree
the
that sends
chatbot,
different
the more
messages
robust its
depending on the
features.
prompt.
The more dollars
This
you
is
should
not much
expect to
different
pay.
from calling a call
Well,
center in
if you're
India
in a
or the
tight budget,
Philippines.
or you run a small
When you
business
call
with
a
a
call
modest
center,
budget,
you
don't
are
give
routed
up.
by an initial
You still have
screening
two other
system,
options.
and depending on your question
Option
or
number two,
inquiry,
try
you are
to do
sent
it
to
yourself
other
using
specialists.
Facebook's default response
This is
system.
especially true if you're looking
You
to
don't have to
resolve
be a
credit
programming
card
genius
issues,
to
billing
make Facebook
statements, or
Messenger
financial
chatbot system work
transactions.
for you.
There is some
Facebook
sort of
does
decision
allow an
tree
automated
involved,
response
and you
system
can
for
use a
its Facebook
similar
pages.
approach with your Facebook
You have
Messenger
to
bot.
turn on the feature. and then
Facebook
you have to
Messenger
get
bot
permission from Facebook.
limitations.
This is not
As
automatic.
awesome as the common
The good
features of
news
most
is, though,
Facebook Messenger
is that
bots
this
may
is
be,
already built in,
bots do
and you
have
would just
quite a
plug in the
number of
script yourself.
limitations.
This cuts down
If
on
you're
cost.
excited about using this
This also
Facebook
gives you a
messaging
tremendous
technology to
opportunity
expand
to
your
learn the
business,
ins and outs of Facebook's
you might end up
default response
overextending
messenger
yourself,
system.
or you might assume
You're
an
basically
overly
turning it
optimistic
into your own
assumption
response
about
bot.
current bot
The
technology.
downside should be obvious.
It's a good
This
idea to
option
be as
doesn't really
realistic as
unlock the
possible,
full range
because
of
as amazing as
capabilities that Facebook
chatbots
Messenger
are,
automation
they do
brings to
have
the
serious
table.
limitations.
It just gives you the very
They
basics.
cannot read minds.
In fact, it can be quite
Please
clunky,
understand that chatbot
especially if you
technology
don't really
is still
know
a
what
work
you're
in
doing,
progress.
and you just put in basic
We haven't
questions
reached
and
the point
answers.
yet where you
A
can
lot of
post
the
an
questions
ambiguous
may
word
not be
and
on point.
automatically expect the bot
Another
to know what you're
disadvantage
talking
is that
about.
it can take quite a while.
You basically have to train
Everybody
your
has different
customers to
learning
use
curves,
certain
and if you're trying
keywords
to come
and
up with
phrases to
something that
either
looks
start the
professional,
conversation
it can take
properly
quite a
so as to
while.
trigger the right information,
Finally, if you drop the
or
ball,
step
or
them
the
through the
interactions
decision
are not
tree
as
process
professional as
so
your
they are
prospects
feeding
would
the bot the
expect,
right bits and
your brand
pieces of
may suffer.
information
This
so
is
as to
always a
trigger the right
possibility.
response.
And it may well
This can
turn
be
out
quite
that the problems
clunky
it
and
may
awkward
cause
depending on how
might
long the
outweigh
decision
whatever
tree
benefits
is and how
savings
many
you get.
alternative pieces of
Option number
information
three,
are possible with
use
each
the
branch of the logic
ManyChat
tree.
platform.
They can
I'm
require
using the
fancy
ManyChat
coding.
Facebook Messenger bot
If you
automation
want a
system
really
as my main
professional
example.
Facebook Messenger bot,
There are
are other
you need
companies
somebody
out there
who can
offering
code
their
it
own
using
platforms
Facebook's
that
commands in
simplify
a
the
robust
Facebook
way.
Messenger chatbot creation
While you don't
system.
necessarily have to have
The
coding
reason why
skills
I'm
to come up with
focusing
a
on
fairly
ManyChat
straightforward
is
bot,
that it is the most
if you want
well-known
it to
and the
be
most
deep,
experienced,
nuanced,
they've been
robust,
around the block
and
for quite a
scalable,
while.
you would
They have
need
come up with a
professional
very
help.
robust and scalable
This might set you
solution.
back quite a bit of money.
The great
because
thing about
people
this
who know their way
platform is
around
that
the
it is
Facebook
very
Messenger
easy to
bot
use.
automation aren't
You don't have
exactly
to be some
cheap.
sort of coding or
They
programming
have to comply
genius.
with Facebook's
You don't
terms
have
of
to know
service.
Facebook like the back of your hand.
Facebook is under a
It has a
tremendous amount of
scalable
legal
learning
pressure
curve.
currently.
Also,
We all know the
its
regulatory
chatbot
heat it is
creation
facing in
system is
terms
very
of user
intuitive.
data and user
It's almost
privacy.
linear. It's
But
easy
above
to
and
figure out,
beyond these
and it's easy
fairly
to string
familiar
a series
issues,
of responses based on
Facebook's
certain
automation
conditions
process
together.
is a very
I can't say the
touchy
same
area.
with other platforms out there.
This is
because
why
most of the other
Facebook is
platforms out
clear.
there are built for
You
programmers
can use
or
Facebook
coders.
Messenger purely as an
Finally,
inbound
the
system.
ManyChat platform
You
has been
cannot
used
turn
by
it
many
into some
small
sort of
businesses
spam
and
machine
small
that
to
basically
medium-scale
messages
online
people who
publishers.
haven't even been to your page.
This means that their platform
There
is
has to
tried
be some
and
sort of
proven in terms
pre-existing
of its
engagement
ability
or
to
point of
produce
contact
bots that
between your
deliver the
business's
results their
presence on
client base
Facebook
needs.
and your prospect.
Also,
Maybe they
another
visited your
great thing
page.
about this platform
Maybe
is that
they
it
are
was
part of a
designed
group
from the
that you
ground
control.
up to help anybody.
Maybe they left a
regardless
comment
of
on
their
your
technical
page.
skills.
There
and
has to be
regardless
some sort of
their
initial
primary
trigger
language.
that was purely
Building
initiated
Facebook
by your
Messenger
customer.
chatbots using
You
ManyChat is
cannot
quick
initiate
and
it
easy.
yourself because
It even
Facebook
has
will view
templates
that
you
as
could
spam.
use. The
Another
secret
related
sauce to
limitation
ManyChat
Facebook
is the
imposes
fact
as
that it
part
has
of its terms of
fine-tuned some
service
features that it
involves
knows
timing.
users deploy to recruit
When a person
new customers.
interacts with your brand on Facebook,
It gives you a wide
you have
range of
24
tools so you
hours
can
to send
attract
that person
visitors
the
to your
initial
Facebook
message
Messenger,
and then a follow-up
and
message.
it gives you tools to
That's all
possibly
you're
convert
allowed.
that person into a bot.
Anything you
How
do
to drive
past
more
this point
people
would
to
be a
your Facebook
violation.
Messenger chatbot.
The only way to get around this, of
At this
course,
point, I'm
is
assuming
if your
that you're using a
prospect contacts
platform,
you again
or
through
you've
Messenger,
created your own
and then you
chatbot,
have
or
another
you've hired somebody
opportunity
to
to
make
send
one
an
for you.
automated message and then
The question
follow
then
up.
becomes,
Keep this
now that
rule
you
in
have
mind.
this tool,
They
how do
have
you
to make the first
maximize its
move,
value?
and then you get the right
The
to
name
reply.
of the game here is to drive
then,
the
after
maximum
24
amount
hours,
of qualified
you get to send
people
another
your
reply,
Facebook Messenger
but
chatbot.
that's it. At
Here
this
are just
point,
some of the most
they have
common
to keep
ways brands
contacting
do it,
you for you to
both
keep
on
sending
Facebook
them messages.
and outside of Facebook.
This might seem pretty
Add your
straightforward,
chatbot link
but if you're
to your
looking for a
Facebook
more
page,
robust or
the most
aggressive way
obvious
of
way you
engaging
can
with your
promote your
customers,
Facebook Messenger
this
chatbot
term of service
is to
limitation
simply
is
link
quite
to
a
it
hefty
on your
one.
page.
How can
No
Facebook
big mystery.
Messenger bots
You should
grow
be
your
doing
audience
this by default.
When
Please understand that the
click
Facebook
on the
Messenger
chat icon,
chatbot
your
is
bot
not
sends
a
a
pre-written
spam bot.
message.
I
This
can't
opens the
emphasize
discussion,
this enough.
and then you can follow
It's
up
very
after
easy to
24
think that
hours.
just
because Facebook has
the
opened its
prospect
Messenger
can then
platform
send
to other
automation.
messages,
Marketers
and then
can
this
go
triggers
wild
yet
with it.
another response from
No,
you.
if you go nuts,
You have to use
Facebook will not
decision
only
trees
block you,
to
but
filter
cancel
the
your
input
account
from your customers.
and to add insult
It's
to
kind of
injury,
like making a
ban
phone call
you.
for customer service.
That's
You
spamming on
probably
Facebook.
have done this.
Whether you're
We
using
need all the
page
main
spammers,
spammers, they would
group
tell you,
spammers,
for billing,
comment
push
spammers,
one.
or
For
messenger
technical
chatbot
support, push
spammers,
two.
it is
And
not
then once
a
you
winning
push that
strategy.
number, there's another menu.
If you truly
and then
want to
another
make money
menu
on
after
Facebook,
that.
you have to do it the
You can do
legit
the
way.
same with your Facebook
This
Messenger
means
chatbot,
building a
so
brand
the
and
customer
conducting
gets
yourself
the
with the
specific
highest level of
information they need.
professionalism and
Tie
integrity.
your chatbot link to
In
your
other
Facebook
words,
ads.
use Facebook like a
Turbocharge
legitimate
your
business
results by
would
getting
use it.
people who click on your
I
Facebook
just want to
ads
get that out of the
open
way
up their
because
Facebook
it's very
Messenger.
easy for a lot of
This
marketers
is
to
really
think that
powerful
Facebook
stuff,
Messenger
because if you
automation
hire
is
a
some sort of
programmer to use
backdoor or
JSON
shortcut to getting a
integration,
tremendous amount of
the
traffic from
chatbot
Facebook.
interaction is
While
not
you
going to sound
can get
automatic
quite a
and
bit of traffic
impersonal.
from Facebook.
Instead,
Using bots responsibly
JSON
enables you to
pull
build a
data from the
sustainable
account
business.
of the prospect, so the
This is
prospect
not some
would
sort
feel
of
more at
one-time
ease with your
big-time
brand
bot
and get the
technology.
impression that
Get
your
that
brand
idea out of your
totally
head.
understands
In
them.
many cases,
This opens up
less
their mind
is
and
more.
increases the likelihood
Sure,
of becoming
using
a
the
subscriber
techniques
to
that
your
I'm going
mailing
to
list,
share with you below,
or actually
you may get a
converting on
lower
your
volume of
offers and
traffic
becoming a
compared to
buyer.
a spamming strategy.
Embed chatbot
But if you are
widgets
looking to
into
build
your
a
web
sustainable
page.
business,
This is one of the
is
most
the way
powerful
to go.
ways to drive traffic to
What's
your
the
Facebook
point of getting
Messenger,
millions of visitors
depending
only to
on
see
your
a tiny
budget and
fraction
how
of
much
them
time you
convert?
have.
Worst of
Facebook
all,
page and group
you only
marketing.
get one chance to drive
And
that traffic.
to a lesser extent,
After
Facebook
Google
comment
has banned
marketing
those accounts,
can only
you
take
then
you
buy
so
new
far.
accounts and start over
There
again.
is, after
and
all,
on and
a
on it
much
goes.
bigger internet out there
That is not a
outside of
sustainable
Facebook.
business.
When you
That
embed
is
your
not how
chatbot
you build
widget
a kind
into
of
your
online
webpage,
brand
you
that
have a
will
wider
withstand the
range of
test of
options
time.
to push people
I
to
have something
engage with
better
you
in
through
store for
Facebook
you.
Messenger.
Keep watching.
You can create an overlay.
Bot-based traffic
This is
recruitment,
controversial because
comment,
it can get
and
quite annoying
profile-based
quickly.
messenger marketing.
Have you ever gone
The
to
best
a
way
web
to
page
use
where you
Facebook
simply
Messenger
can't
bots
do
to grow
anything
your
unless
audience
you click
is to
an
start
I
with the
accept
existing
button,
presence you
or
already have on
worse
Facebook.
yet, you enter
This
your
means
email address
people
into a
must come
form.
to you.
Those can
Facebook
get
Messenger
quite
bot is not going to be the tool that is
People
going to
might
drive
think that your
visitors
brand
from
is
the
some
rest
sort
of
of
Facebook
scam
to your
brand
particular
because
page.
you're basically
And it
twisting
doesn't
people's
work that
arms
way.
to engage with you.
Well,
After
at least
all,
the
they went to your
responsible use
webpage
of Facebook
because they want
Messenger
to
bot
read your
doesn't work
content
that way.
They're
not exactly
Instead,
there to sign up for your
Facebook
mailing
Messenger
list or chat
chatbots
with
are
you.
intended to automate
Less
the engagement.
intrusive
Your
options
Facebook marketing
include
has
putting
already
up a
driven
chat
to your
box
Facebook
or a
page.
button that triggers the
In other
Facebook
words,
Messenger app.
it is an inbound
Messenger
tool.
referral
It is not
URL.
an outbound spam
In
software
addition
that
to
you
the
use
widget
to
and
pull
code
traffic
that you
from
can
other
use on your
places on
web page.
Facebook. Facebook
A
Messenger
lot of people
also
might think
gives
that
you
since
a
it is
universal
inbound,
messenger
it
referral
necessarily
URL.
cripples or greatly
You can put
diminishes
this on
the
your
power of
website,
Facebook
and
Messenger
you can put
bots.
this on other people's
Actually,
websites,
and doesn't.
For example,
It actually
if you have an
increases the
account
likelihood
at Quora,
that your visitor would
the
have
question
a
and answer
favorable
platform,
view of your brand.
people might want to reach
The
out
most
to you
common
directly.
way you can use Facebook
So
Messenger
you could say in
bots
your
is when
answers on
somebody
Quora,
posts a comment
if you
on
have
your
any other
Facebook
questions
page.
or concerns,
You
click
have
on my
many
profile
posts on your
and get a
page,
hold
and
of
somebody
me via
visiting your
Facebook
page
Messenger.
leaves a comment.
This is actually one of the
Normally,
most
this
powerful
comment just
ways
stays
to
there
market
until
on
you have the
Quora.
time and opportunity
You're doing
to
it
view
in
the
a
comment and
non-intrusive
respond.
way.
Usually,
It's not like you're
business owners
slapping
would
people
respond
on
with
face
another
and
comment.
spamming them with your website
With
URL.
Facebook Messenger bot
And if you keep
automation,
doing that, you
the
probably
moment somebody
will get
leaves a
banned.
comment on your post
On
on
the
your
other hand,
page,
when you say to people,
Facebook Messenger
I
opens
my
up and
answer
sends
to
them a
address your
reply.
questions. If you have
Facebook
any
then
other
allows
concerns
you,
or other
within the
questions,
span of 24
please
hours,
feel free to click
to
on my
send another
profile
message.
and get a hold of me via Facebook
You get to
Messenger.
send out an initial response,
That is less
and then you
intrusive.
follow up.
It also
After
builds
this
on the
point,
value of the
if the
content you
prospect
shared.
likes your response,
In other
they
words,
can then send
if
another
and only
inquiry,
if
and the process
people feel that
repeats
what you
itself
shared
over
is
again.
valuable.
This
They
back
go
and
through the
forth with your
time and
prospect
bother
can
of
lead to
reaching out to
many
you
great
through
things.
Facebook Messenger.
It could be an
Do
opportunity
you
for
see
you
how
to share
powerful that
even
is?
more content links with your
Because
prospect.
chances are,
It can
the
also
people that will
lead
try
to
to
that
get a
person
hold of
getting
you
the kind of
from Twitter,
answers that they need.
Pinterest, Quora,
A lot
Reddit,
of
or
times,
wherever
they have very
else,
basic questions
are
like,
actually
what are your
interested in
hours?
what you're talking about.
Do you have certain things in
These
stock?
are people who obviously
track
think
income?
incredible and
What is the status of
authoritative
my
enough
order?
to be worth
That
reaching
kind of
out
thing.
to.
This saves you a
Facebook
tremendous
comments on
amount
your
of time
page.
and money as far as
This
customer
is a more
support
common
goes.
way many chat
This
users use
page-based
Facebook Messenger
automation can
chatbots.
also lead to actual
When users
sales.
reply to your post,
When somebody
they
leaves
get
a
added to
comment
your
on your
Messenger
product
listings
listings
on your page.
They
You
also
can
get
respond
sent
with
an
the available
automated
options
message
for a product.
If they respond,
They can then
they
select
get
a
another
product and
automated
close the
message
deal right
and
in
on and
Messenger.
on it goes. This is a very
There are certain
powerful
limitations to
opportunity
this
because over 50%
It's obvious that people
closing
can
in on
abuse this for
80%
spamming purposes.
of all users
There
use
are
mobile
limits
devices
that
like
Facebook
mobile
puts
phones
on how
and tablets
rapidly
to
your bot can
interact with the
respond.
internet, depending on what
Your
the
business
prospect
really
does.
can't afford to
Take
assume
full
that your
advantage of the
customers are
features
going to
above
be in
so
front of
you
a
can
laptop or a
maximize the
desktop
results you
computer
get
with your Facebook
like
Messenger
starting,
chatbot. Processing,
messaging
and
automation
closing the
on
sale
Facebook
using
produces
Facebook
a
Messenger.
tremendous amount of opportunity.
Everything takes place in
But
a
you
mobile
also
environment.
have to be very
This
responsible.
can explode your
You
sales
can't
volume.
just use ManyChat,
Use
Facebook
in such a way
Messenger
as
bots
to qualify
spam.
your prospects from
Bad
your Facebook
move.
page.
Remember, I wish I could
If
tell
in
you
doubt,
that the vast majority
look
of
to build
people
a
that
brand.
find themselves on your Facebook
That's how
page
you
are
build
actual
up a
buyers
business
that can withstand.
If you've been doing any kind of
the
online
10 main
marketing
reasons
and
why
you know
you
your
should
way
use
around
Facebook
Facebook,
Messenger bot
you know
marketing.
that this isn't true.
If you're still not
You
convinced
know
why
that
you should
this is
buy
a
a
fantasy.
Facebook Messenger bot or
For the most
subscribe
part,
to a
the
platform
vast
to take
majority
advantage
of
this
people on your
technology,
page are somewhat
there are
confused.
10 quick reasons
They're not
why
quite
you should
clear
do
as
so.
to what they're looking for
Reason
or
number
what they
one,
need.
you can
They have a
qualify your
lot of
traffic.
questions. When people
This
ask
is
questions,
a tremendous
you can use
opportunity.
these questions to filter
There is
people
some
based on their
filtration process
probability
happening.
of buying something.
Maybe for 100
You can also
people,
conduct your
10
messaging
will end up
affairs on
buying.
Facebook in a more
Still,
targeted way.
those are 10 sales
Because
you would
know
not
at
have
the
had
end
if
of
you
the
do
day,
not have
you're
the
trying
sales
to drive
filtration
them to your
process in
Facebook
place.
Messenger chatbot.
Using your Facebook
Reason
Messenger
number
bot
two,
to qualify your
you can
prospects by
subscribe
answering
from
a
their
wide
questions,
range of Facebook
creating
sub-features.
some sort of decision
By
tree for
simply
your
calling
responses,
people to
and
action to check
if they are
your
the right
profile,
type of person
you
with the
can
right
instantly
need at the right
subscribe
time,
people from many
you
different
can
places
close
on
the deal
Facebook.
off Facebook
You can
Messenger
also
itself.
subscribe people from many
In other
places
words,
outside of Facebook.
you give them the answer they're looking
How?
for precisely at
Well,
the time
you
they
can
are
link
most
directly
interested
to
in
your
buying the
business's
service or
Facebook
merchandise
Messenger
you are
URL.
promoting. And when they
Use
get to
it
your
as
Facebook
an
Messenger
info delivery
your
platform
chatbot
for
kicks
your
in
comments
and
call to
automates the
action.
engagement. When you
Reason
leave a
number
comment on
three,
blogs that use
you can
Facebook's
pair
comment
Facebook
plugin,
Messenger
you
marketing
can
with
generate
the classic
sales.
online sales funnel.
I know that sounds
Since
outlandish
you know
to a
that
lot
your
of people.
prospects will be
I
reaching
mean,
out
after
to
all,
you,
you're just
you
commenting.
can then set up different
You're just
conditions
sharing
for
your
your
thoughts.
Facebook chatbot.
Well,
If
you
the
can
prospect
comment
says
as your
certain words,
page.
the bot
And
sends
if
out a
people
specific
think that
message.
what you have to share is
You can
credible
then
and
chart
adds
all of
value to the
this
conversation,
and optimize it until
you
it leads
end
to
up
more
positively
conversions
branding
or
your
a much
business.
happier customer.
They can see that
Reason
you are
number
credible.
four,
They can see
Facebook
that you
Messenger
know what you're
chatbots
talking
are
about regarding
automated
your
and
niche.
cheap.
They
The
then
great thing
are more
about using
likely
a
to click on your
chatbot is you
profile
don't have to
and
hire
end up
somebody
on your
in
Facebook
America,
page.
India, or the
Once
Philippines.
they are on your Facebook
The software
page,
does
they can
all
then
this
chat with
automatically.
you through the chat widget
Basically,
or icon.
it acts as an
to
intake
turbocharge
disk.
this process.
And then,
You should share
based on the
high-quality
responses of the
content and all
prospect,
of your comments
they would
to
then
posts
get more
that are
specific
closely related
messages.
to your niche.
This drops
which
your
use the
customer
Facebook
support and sales
comment
support
plugin.
costs dramatically.
A critical piece of
Also,
your comments
unlike
is the
human
call to
beings
action.
who get sick,
You're
tired, or
basically
want to
saying
form
to
a
the person
union,
who found your answer credible
software
to
runs
check out your
24/7
Facebook
without
page.
complaint.
Or,
The bottom line
if you're
is
feeling
you can
quite
set up an
aggressive,
automated
tell them,
conversion system
click
and
on my
make money
page
while you
profile for
sleep.
more information.
Reason number
And if you want to
five,
get a hold of me,
less
click on the
spammy
chat button.
than other methods.
This might seem like
This
a
is my
stretch,
favorite reason,
but
to
it
be
actually
honest.
works if you post
Facebook Messenger
high-quality
is inbound.
content. The
If your
engagement doesn't
content
happen when
positions
you
you as
send
some
a
sort of
bot
expert
grab
or
somebody
credible
and you talk
authority
to
in
them.
your field of
No.
expertise, you
People
basically
will take
wait
you
until
up on
somebody
your
tells
offer.
you, and then you send
Please
them a
understand
message
that real
plus one
experts are
after
few and
24
far
hours.
between.
This means
Often
that
the customer
people who
takes the
post
lead.
comments to blog
They don't
posts
feel
post
that they are
irrelevant
put upon.
comments that are simply
They don't
off
feel
base.
that you are invading their space.
When it's readily apparent
You
that
then
you know
craft
what
the
you're talking
interaction
about,
so that it's built
people
around
would
their
at
at least be
and you have
interested in your
yourself a
Facebook
golden
page.
sales opportunity.
And from there, they
Reason
can
number
engage
6,
with you on an
Facebook
automated
Messenger
basis
has
by
an
simply
80%
clicking that
open rate.
messenger icon on your page.
Imagine that. An
When people
80%
take you up
open
on your
rate.
call to action,
Compare
what
that
can
with
you
a
do?
much lower open rate
Well,
for
as I
email
have
and a
mentioned
much
above,
lower
you
click
can
rate
send
for
them
search
more
engine
content.
traffic.
You can
There's
also
no
qualify
comparison.
them to possibly get a sale from
Interestingly
them.
enough,
There
given
are many
how
ways you
immediate
can do
messenger
it.
traffic is,
What's important
it can
is
lead
that
to
they
much
reach out
better
to you
results
first.
compared to email.
This is inbound.
Email is already
This is not
eating
you
search engine
spamming and
traffic
pulling
for
people
lunch
into your
year
chat.
after year.
They have
If
to
you set
make
up
their
your
first
Facebook
move,
Messenger chatbot
and then
into
you
actions
send them an
correctly,
automated response.
your conversion rate
From
might
there,
even blow
they can
email
then make
conversions
certain
out of the
decisions
water.
that triggers
Reason number
specific
7,
pre-written responses from your
Facebook
bot,
Messenger enables
and
you
this
to
can
create
lead to sales,
automated
or
conversations
can
you
lead to the prospect
fine-tune.
viewing more content,
The
which would
great
later
thing about the
qualify them for
conversations
conversion.
you get with your customers
Where
on
can you
Facebook
post your
Messenger
comments with
is
your
you
call
build
to
up a
action?
database.
You can do this
You can
on
look
blog
for
posts
certain
that
words
use
that
the
keep coming
Facebook
up
comments
again and
plugin,
again,
as I've
and you
mentioned
can
above.
fine-tune the answers
You can
that
also
you
use
give out
this on Facebook
immediately.
pages.
At first,
You
your
can post
chatbot
as
is
your
probably
page
going to
account
be a
and
little
other
bit
businesses'
clunky because
Facebook
it can't
pages.
anticipate all questions.
You can also do this on your
But
own
once
Facebook
you see
groups.
the patterns and you
can
connect the
post
dots,
content that has a
you
link to
come
your
up with better
chatbot on your
scripts,
Facebook
and this
groups
leads to
content
happier
posts.
customers.
The do's and don'ts of
Eventually,
marketing
you can
through a
automate
Facebook
all of
Messenger
this using
chatbot.
big data analysis.
Please observe the following
Reason
etiquette
number
rules
8.
when using Facebook Messenger
Responsiveness helps you
chatbot
build
to
a
engage
solid
with your target
online
audience
brand.
members.
Make
As
no
I
mistake,
have mentioned
if you're trying to
earlier,
make money on the
you
internet,
have
you're
to
in for a
always
tough
comply
fight.
with Facebook's terms
You
of
have other
service.
competitors out
If
there,
you play the game
and they're
fast
doing
and
all
loose,
sorts of
don't be
things and saying
surprised
all
when
sorts of
Facebook
things
blocks
to
you
build a
or
solid
flat out
brand.
bans you.
But at the end
That's
of the
bad
day,
news,
if they
and
take
sadly,
forever to
it
answer
happens all the
inquiries
time.
and you are able
If
to
you
give
are
prospects
serious
the
about
answers they
generating a
need,
legitimate
your
business
brand
from
comes out
Facebook,
on top.
you have to play
This
by the
initial
rules.
interaction may not
All
lead
these
to a
etiquette
sale,
rules flow from
but since you
Facebook's terms of
establish yourself
service.
as something more
Be
credible
professional
and more
at all
helpful,
times.
you can bet
You
that this
cannot
positions
assume
you
that your
for future
visitors are mind
potential
readers.
sales.
You have to
end up getting
basically
a
assume
competitive
that they have very
advantage,
little
and you may
knowledge of your
leave your
business.
competitors behind.
So your messaging has to
Reason number
gently
9.
guide them through the
You can
wide
share
range of
content
information
that can
options
go
your
viral
bot
on
makes
Facebook
available to
Messenger.
them.
Please
You can't just
understand
assume that they
you
know
can
what
use
your
Facebook
business is
Messenger
about
chatbots
and your
not
full
just to
range of
send
services
answers
and
to certain
merchandise,
questions your
and you're
prospects
just
have.
waiting for prompts that
They
go
can reach
directly
out
to a
to your
specific
messenger,
page.
and you can send
The
them an
problem with
article
that
or a
approach is
blog
that
post
very
you
few of your
produced.
actual Messenger
can
bot
serve
users
as
would
resources.
actually get the message
They
that
might
would
like
benefit
it so
them the
much
most.
that they might share it on their
Instead,
Facebook wall.
your Messenger
This is
bot would
actually
be
a
sending
form
out
of
one
guerrilla
generic message
marketing
after
or a
another.
backdoor avenue
This
for
is
free
sad.
Facebook traffic.
Seriously.
The more they
You're
share,
wasting a
the more
tremendous amount of
likely your content
opportunity
would go viral.
precisely because you
Reason number
assume
10.
that people
Your
finding themselves in
competitors
your
haven't
Messenger
fully
bot
gotten on
dialogue
the
system
Facebook Messenger
know what
bandwagon.
they're looking for.
Facebook Messenger
Most
chatbots
customers
are
don't know what they're
relatively
looking
new.
for.
It's only been in
Even
the
if they
past
find
2 years
themselves
that
on your
Facebook
website,
opened up
and
their
even if they are
platform.
interested generally in what you
this
have
is
to
virgin
offer,
territory.
you
It's
have
not
to hold them
saturated
by the
yet.
hand.
But guess
This is
what?
not a headache, nor is it a
Competition's
hassle.
beginning to pile up.
In fact,
As
you
of
should
now,
look at it for
there's
what it
already
is. It's a
300,000
golden
chatbots.
opportunity.
Expect that
When
number to
somebody's
reach
kind
into
of
the
fuzzy
millions
regarding what they
sooner
need,
rather than later.
they are very
Given
suggestible.
the tremendous amount of
This
people on
means
Facebook,
you can
this
position
is
the
a tremendous
conversation in such a
opportunity.
way that
Take
they may
this
buy something that
opportunity.
they normally wouldn't
Take
buy,
this training.
or they would
Use
buy
the
more of
resource and
something
cheat sheet
that
included
they
in this
already
training
are
so
intent
you
on
can get
buying.
the Facebook marketing
Do you see how
competitive
this works?
advantage you've been
It's an
looking for.
opportunity.
Conclusion.
Don't think of it
I've
as
given
just a
you the
customer
inside
support
scoop on the
hassle, and
amazing
you're just basically going to give them the bare
Facebook
minimum.
chatbot marketing presents.
Instead,
Now is
create
not
a
the time
fairly
to give in to
open-ended logic tree
analysis
for your
paralysis.
chatbot, so there are many
I'm
ways
sure
your
this has happened
customers
to
can
you
trigger
because it happens
pre-written
to
messages.
a lot of people.
Avoid
Analysis
spamming.
paralysis is when
It's
you
extremely
basically
important to
refuse
make sure
make
that
a
you stick to
decision
Facebook's
because you
terms
feel
of
that
service.
you need to get all the
Their main
information you
rule
need
is that once your
regarding a
customer
particular
initiates
choice.
contact with your Facebook
What you're
Messenger
doing is you're
chatbot,
simply just
you
buying
can send them an
time.
automatic reply.
You're just basically
and after
covering for your
24 hours,
reluctance.
you can send a follow-up.
Sadly, there
You
is no
have to
one
keep
piece
this
of
in mind at
information
all
that would
times.
finally and
You
fully
cannot
resolve all
violate
issues
this.
of risk.
You cannot try to
Anything
cheat
worth
this.
doing in this life carries
It's
a
very
risk.
important to make sure
There's
that
no
whatever
such thing
message
as
you
a
send,
guaranteed slam
it is
dunk.
strictly related
You
to
can
your
minimize
business.
your risk and manage
This
it
is
through
very
insurance
important.
as well as with
It can't
etiquette
be
research
unrelated
and
spam.
diligence.
It
But
can't
research
be
can only go
seemingly
so
purely
far.
personal because
At
you
some
only have
point,
one
you
shot,
have to give yourself
really,
permission
to make
to
a
decide
great
with
first impression.
finality.
If you
Either
send
you're going to do it
off-topic
or
messages,
you're not going to do it.
it would seem that you're
That's the
wasting
bottom
your
line.
prospects' time.
To paraphrase
Keep it
Yoda
short
from Star
and
Wars,
laser
you
targeted
either
to the
do
business at
or
hand.
you don't. There's
Also,
no such thing as trying.
whatever message you send
And
out must
unfortunately,
add value
when
to
you're
the
in
life of the
analysis
person
paralysis
inquiring.
mode,
This
you're
is
just trying to
crucial.
get all the information.
They have problems.
You're trying to
They have
contain all the
needs.
risk.
You know this.
You're trying
That's
to
why
figure
they're speaking
everything
to your
out with
bot in the
maximum
first
certainty.
place.
That's not going to
Accordingly,
happen.
get straight to the
You
point.
have to decide whether
What
you're
is the
going
best
to do
solution
this.
that you can bring to the
And if
table?
you do decide to do it,
Clearly
go all
describe
the way.
it so they themselves can
I'm not
quickly
talking
and
about
easily
spending
see the
thousands of
value.
dollars on custom
It can be a
chatbots,
link to your main
but
website.
go all the way
Or it can
in
be a
terms of
basic
knowing what
answer
you
like,
need to know.
these are the holidays that
Optimizing
we're
your
closed
results
on.
and eventually
Or,
getting the
this
results
is our
that you're
procedure
looking
for
for.
getting some sort of
I
special
wish
deal.
you nothing but the greatest
Whatever the case
success
may
with
be,
Facebook
make
Messenger
sure that
chatbot
whatever you
marketing.
say to your prospects adds value to their lives. Always let the customer lead. Americans are very independent. The same applies with Western Europeans. So it's really important to make sure that they lead the conversation. While we all know that the main reason why they're at your Facebook page in the first place is because you called them to action, you can't rub their faces in it. Make it seem like they're always leading the conversation. Never take the lead.
lead. Always follow up. In other words, make the deal or the engagement look like their idea.